Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. And if you are returning, welcome back. I hope you guys are keeping safe, are keeping warm. If you are in and around Joburg, it's a little bit chilly. Um, and I hope that everything is going well with you. And so today, before I dive into the topic that I wanted to speak about today is one thing that I've learned about is to share that there's something that I learned about building a business and getting into a creative space. Is there are moments where you have a mental block. There are moments where you may not be feeling like putting up a content, or even not having your creative juices flowing. And one thing that helps me a lot to clear up that block is of course worship or prayer. But one thing that really clears up my mind is when I go for a walk, because we know that building a business. One thing that I like to say is that success is an inside job. Manifesting or having material things that are evident in our lives, those are a reflection of a success that we feel inside. If the outside world and our internal world is not in alignment, it causes a cycle of getting success and losing it, getting success and losing it, because it is not a true manifestation of who we are. It does not stem from inside. It's usually and sometimes is you know we want success in response of who has what. We want success. We have defined success according to someone else's standard. We have defined success and we have looked at it in a way of what we have been taught, or and sometimes most often is we rebel against what we have seen. If you have grown up in your childhood, in a home where there was scarcity and there was poverty, one thing that you want when you come into your own and you grow up and you want to build a name for yourself is not to be like what you have seen. But when in your mind the only thing that you have is I don't want to be in poverty, I don't want to be in scarcity. And so what you do in your mind, you keep collecting stuff, you keep piling up stuff because you are resisting against. And one thing, there's a term in psychology that says that what you resist persists. So you think you're running as far away from what you think you don't want, but because that's what's constantly in your mind, that you are creating success in response of this. And so eventually it snaps. It's like an elastic. You pull while you're having in a mental image of what you don't want. And as you keep pulling, the what will happen is there's going to be an instant snap, like an elastic, and you lose everything. And you have to, and if you don't get the wisdom of how these things are done, that's why we get in cycles of losing things and getting things, losing things and getting things, because success is meant to be an inside job first before you can materialize that. So for example, if you have grown up in a home where you've seen scarcity and you have told yourself that you never wanted to be like that, what you want to do is not put any efforts in what you don't want. So you don't think about how much you don't want to be in scarcity, how much you don't want to be poor. You just focus all your energy in creating what you really want. So in creating what you really want, you get to define success on your own terms, not rebelling against. So your focus is in creating what you really want and what it looks like for you and what it looks like for your future. So instead of looking at the review mirror, and if you are looking at the review mirror, it would be just so that you can see how far you have gone, not looking at the review mirror in response to what you are trying to do. I don't know if that makes sense, but there is that. That's why people who get instant wealth and people who get material things, having not dealt with their inner self, find themselves exactly in the same space and or exactly the same people that they tried so hard not to be, because you're trying to rebel against, instead of not focusing on what that thing was, but focusing all your energy in what you're trying to create. So, we are still on level 5 lockdown in SA, and there's so many things that are happening. People are starting businesses, content creators are putting out content more often than they normally do. So I wanted to share with you, some of the ideas, or even the niches that while you are building your business you can dive into, that will help you even as you create content. We know that our children are at home, and what we are realizing as parents as well is that we are not, I mean there's a time in my life where I thought that I wanted to homeschool, but this moment, sitting with my children at home, I realized that I cannot do this thing. And so if you are a tutor, or you have you can teach, then it's a great time for you to create on courses, or to even do live streaming. So the niche right now, the biggest niche that content creators or people that are putting up content right now that they can target is parents. Even when children are at home, they need to be entertained. So we can come up with crafts, we can come up with ideas on things to cook, or games that parents and or families can play together. So those could be other forms of content. So the niche right now that we could target as content creator, if that's where you fall in, or those are the things that you like to do, is parents, and figure out the kind of problems that parents have. I know that we are almost out of, but in putting out the content, those are the things that we can create. But also as content creators, there's certain things that we would like to do. Content creators, they outsource certain services like editing, writing their blogs, or whatever it is. They are looking for those kind of things. So we should put out content in probably, I know a friend of mine who deals so much with these things. We put out content on how to edit videos. So we are targeting content creators and all their needs. So we look at their needs and we can provide their needs, because these are the things that a situation like this has created, the opportunities that it has created. But also students. There's a video that I just saw right now from my friend, who did a video about finding a job even when you don't have experience, that you can create your own brand. Like, you can be your own brand and network, and she's got great tools there. So students, probably the university, or they are going to high school, so whatever needs that there may be. So students have become a niche right now that we can target as content creators. But another thing that I've seen also, even on my platforms, it's health and fitness, even nutrition, people creating dishes that are quick to do, quicker, even fitness, things. And I saw that there's someone who also put up a sheet that has different, day 1, day 2, up to day 30, where people can do these exercises, maybe, like squatting, building their lower, working out their lower upper body, their lower body, and also, working out different, different parts of the body. And another thing is gaming. That's one thing that I've seen when I was doing my research. There's a lot of people who are doing gaming. People are at home, even children are playing games. Those are the niche that exists now for us as content creators. Another one that is very big is mothers. I know I've spoken about parents, but now I'm speaking about mothers. When it comes to not only mothers but women, caring for your hair, and also finding ways to do our nails, finding ways to self-care, to exfoliate, to do our faces. Those are the things that it has become a niche right now, where there's a need right now where people are staying at home. I know that some people have started going to work, but this right now, I've seen that this is what people are consuming, and this is what people want. But also another thing, the last one is faith-based content. it has, you know, people want to know that we can't go to church now, so want to know, you know, how do you read a Bible, and when you've read a Bible, how do you apply what you have read from the Bible? You know, how do you pray? How do you stay spiritually hydrated? You know, how do you stay focused, and how do you keep, you know, your faith up? These are the things that you know, that has become also a niche that, as you know, us as content creators, we can create things, you know, to satisfy the needs of these niches. And so I don't know what you're working on or what has come up for you, and if there's anything that you are doing and you have recognized that has worked for you as a content creator, you can share it with me on the comment section and just let me know what has come up for you. And if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and leave a comment, like this video, and share it if you want to share it with your community. And I will see you on my next video, and you take care.